Are you ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknex.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
Whoa. I did it, Brandon. Oh, it keeps muting your thing. Why are you muted? Oh, no. Well, he'll get it figured out. He'll get this old mute situation figured out one of these days. Brandon's a mute. Or is it a moot? He's a mute. Well, today I'm going to really try. I did pretty good. I don't think I dropped too many profanities yesterday or the day before. I think I probably had a whole bunch of them on Monday and Tuesday, but I've done pretty good the last couple days. Now, this bad boy right here is hot cocoa with cream. Brandon!
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I can't get it to pick up the right mic. That's okay.
It was just stuck on mute last time.
Well, I know that, but it's only because it's on a different mic than my good mic, so I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. I'll fix it.
I was explaining to them that I'm drinking, there's no caffeine. This is just hot cocoa and creamers. So I think I'm having coffee, but I'm not. And maybe that'll make me less angry. Or it's because I'm all yelled out because last night Loki thought it'd be nice to mark every piece of furniture in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, of course.
All of them. And you can't let it stand. You have to start ripping couch cushions apart and you have to clean it immediately because that's it. If he marks it and it stays more than about 30 seconds, he will mark forever the same spot. I cleaned it. I thought it was enough just to clean it, which took me like a half hour. He immediately went right back in and marked it. So,
well, that's that, I guess.
But I thought I was trying to figure out why, and I think maybe he was pissed. I got a new kind of chicken that I was giving him that was leaner, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like that lean chicken.
Well,
I think he wouldn't eat it. He was just gonna. And I think maybe if he's angry and hungry, he's hangry. He's gonna be peeing on stuff.
So that's why he's pissed at you?
Oh, the mic just got better.
Thank you. I know.
Way better.
That for a little bit.
Well, remember too, this isn't cat pee. When cats mark, like wild cats mark, it's a different kind of pee. It's from some different place. It's like some kind of horrible.
They have different pee holes, right?
I don't know, but I don't know what's going on over there. I haven't really watched it happen. I've heard it happen. It woke me out of my sleep. It was like somebody putting tea on the floor. That's what it sounded like.
Oh, you and your cat stories. I bet you could like just have cat stories all day long, every day now.
Jesus. And then what's crazy is I was having a dream. I know this is weird, but like, okay, I'll get through my dream sequence. I don't know if it has anything to do with finance, but I had a dream that I was a guard and there was like a reverse Alamo where we were on the outside of the base looking in and everybody was stuck in there. And then one of the guards started shooting somebody and they're like, you're not supposed to shoot anybody. And then they said, okay, the penalty is all the guards have to shoot themselves. I was like, oh, hell no. So and these dummies are following orders. So they're like all getting ready to like, whatever. I'm like, see ya. So I'm out of there. I book it. I go back to my barracks. I can't find my passport. I'm like, well, who cares? The embassy will take me. Don't ask questions because there's, dreams are weird like that.
Yeah.
But then I ended up filling a duffel bag full of cash. And then I woke up filling a duffel bag full of cash while the cat was peeing on the stuff.
Huh?
Dreams, am I right?
Right? That's funny. Dreams.
No, I don't regret Loki because he makes me mad and he destroys my sleep and he destroys a lot of stuff, but he's still awesome. He's still freaking awesome. Anyway, I haven't traveled yet since I got Loki.
You don't need to travel, do you?
I did go to Mexico one time, and my friend Carol and Phil, they came and stayed over at the house. And nice. I'm sure made things much, much worse. But anyway, yeah.
What? How did they make things work? Oh, because Loki got mad you left?
He's like, look at these dumbasses. And he just like took advantage of them, ate whatever he wanted, crapped everywhere, just like whatever. It took me a while to unwind that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I'll get like a cat whisperer to come live with them for like a week. Come whisper them. Okay, Brandon, we have some announcements.
Let's get through it.
Okay. How do we approach the big announcement? Do we have little announcements or just the big one?
No, let's bang it out, I think. I don't think there's little. Well, actually, I do want to. I was going to see if I could show you guys. We have the Bridge UI almost ready for. The Bridge UI looks cool. The Pool UI looks cool. Just for the GMRT stuff is really cool. I don't want to show you yet because there's some stuff on there that's still like a feature we're testing that we don't know if we're going to make work or not. So I don't want to get you guys' hopes up. And then, yeah, let's talk about this. You want me to just bang right into it or what?
I think we jump right into it. So, oh wait, let me see. I think I even have. Look at that. Look at that website. It's not ours. It's theirs. But it pertains to Hypercycle, but more so, it pertains to Node Market and the way we all manage our nodes and our licenses and the fees and the costs and all that kind of crazy stuff that goes along with it. So, Brandon.
Well, I think what we're all worried about, and we hear you guys a lot, is there's a lot of confusion on how to manage things, the S vote, the R tokens, all this stuff that we have over with the node factories. When we originally, I'm gonna go way back to the start. When we originally started making these node factories, there was a simplistic factor involved where we thought that we were going to take our tokens, marry them with licenses, and we we're going to have these node factories. And then once we started getting operators on board, we would just get paid revenue for those node factories. So I think that a lot of that's got lost in the weeds here. And these node factories are really cool, but they're doing sometimes too much. They're doing more than we want. All we want to do is get revenue at the end of the day. So what we've decided to do for Node Market and for like you guys and for Node Market NFT holders is Nick and I we've met together kind of a lot of times, and we've devised a plan that I think is going to be very beneficial for all of you, especially. And I think this plan involves us expanding Hypercycle onto the base network. And the way that we think that we're going to be able to do this is we're going to kind of launch a token. It'll be kind of a utility token. And ultimately, our end goal is going to be to allow you guys to manage your node factories through the base network. And we know the steps that we need to take to get there. First step, obviously, is get this token out there so that we can get it in your hands. And then this token is going to allow you guys through some bridging and some other, not some bridging, through some contracts that I think we can make on the base network, is going to allow you guys to manage your node factories. And they're going to be advanced node factories is what we're going to have to call them, because they're going to be simplistic. We're going to take out the R tokens. We're going to take out the S tokens. They're just going to be a place that's just a node factory NFT in your wallet. And I think with this token, as long as we plug this in correctly, the node factory will operate and be able to communicate back to the ETH network and be able to just get all the revenue and act like it's on the ETH network, but it'll be on the base network. And it'll be functioning over on the base network. So what that means is less fees, a more simplistic node factory, and something that you're going to get revenue on, hopefully a lot quicker if we can make this happen. And we're going to walk you through all this stuff. It's going to be so simple. And the thing is, you guys don't need to do anything else. You don't need to set up any more, you don't need to complicate the marriage and stuff over here. If you guys have node factories made on ETH, we're just going to send those out on base. And it's going to be that simple. So we're going to take this token. That's our first step, is we got to create this token, because we need the token to be able to fuel what I envision is a wrapped node factory. Originally, how I was going to do it on ETH, but we're just going to go ahead and do it on base. We're just going to, Nick and I, we're just going to do it. Okay. And so, I think it's going to be simpler.
Here's what it means to keep it simple right now. This is a separate token. It's not a fork. Everybody in or out of the node market community that has made node factories, if you have taken tokens and you took your licenses and you married them, you're going to get the new token. Period, 100%. If you have tokens sitting in a wallet, no, my friend, because this isn't just for people. We're not just trying to spam tokens. We want to make it easier to manage your node licenses. 1 click, 2 click, done. Earn revenue. For those of you that want to do more stuff, great. You'll be able to do more stuff. You'll be able to get down in the nitty gritty and whatever. But for everybody else, it's about simplification. It's going to make things easy and cheap. Because I don't mind touching 3 or 4 buttons when they cost 1 penny. I do mind touching 3 or 4 buttons when it's $30 a pop, right? Or 60 or this or that. It'll make every single operation, because don't think of just now. Think of 3 years from now when your nodes have branched 4 times. I like using the word branched. I think that's a good way to kind of say it, right? When they branched, 1 node became 2, 2 became 4, 4, 8, 16, 32, so on and so forth. So when they do that, you want to be thinking, well, what is it going to cost me to maintain those suckers 3 years from now when I got tons more of them? Well, you need to pay attention to that. I mean, if it was 2 or 3 splits later, you're talking 8 times the amount of node factories. So this has to get cheaper. It has to get, and also the speed at which base works. It's pretty nice. So you don't sit there and click and go, let's see, Ethereum network. Okay, hold on. Contraction. Waiting to confirm. Okay, no, it's just like click, done. So for all of this kind of stuff, that's where we're going. And so this is the first step. And there will be all sorts of other cool benefits that come along with this. But this is the for sure first step. Does that make sense? Oh. So if you have node factories, you get this token. Period. Full stop.
This is we have some excellent questions that help explain things too. Frank says, will this still include all the hypercycle upgrades? Yes. So remember last stream when I told you guys that your node factories are always in your MetaMask wallet and you're just adding things to them? We're going to, hopefully, this token is a utility token that's going to work in a way. We're going to set this up because we're doing the contract. We already have we already started working on the contract. Okay. We already have the contract on base, and we're going to work it in a way that you can plug in any of the utility that Hypercycle will eventually or ever have. And it's going to be so good that way. And so it'll be like you're operating the node factory on ETH, but you're on base, and it'll actually be simpler to operate because we're going to put less confusion in there and just more simplicity, more of what you want, A to B. And then the next question here is how will the Node Factory, sorry, that was not the question. Everything moved. Hold on.
There,
yes, right there. Yep. How will this change the resale value of the Node Factory long term, if at all? Okay, this is exactly what this accomplishes. Right now, your Node Factory, in order to get any value out of it or like sell it, you can't do that because there is no wrapper. What we're doing is we're making it an advanced Node Factory to where the actual Node Factory will be the end goal. That's the token that's going to be moved around on the marketplace. So you're going to be, that Node Factory itself is what's going to be the value proposition over on Base. The token is going to be a utility token. So it's really not going to have as much value because it's going to be in the Node Factory. In the Node Factory, you'll be able to sell it. And then we're simplifying it even more to where we just know exactly, hey, at the end of the year, we know this Node Factory, a single node license will be making a couple $100 a year, easy. And it only costs us $100 to make or whatever, but it will make that $100 cost will only be once, but you'll make it $200 a year every year the rest of your life. So we'll know how simplified this is. And then that Node Factory is going to become the rare earth metal or whatever it is. So that Node Factory is what's going to appreciate in value as things go up. So you'll be able to take that Node Factory on Base, and unlike on ETH right now, where you have to either split that apart if you want to sell the hypercycle tokens or the license or whatever, you'll take that Node Factory on Base, and you'll be able to list that on Node Market. That Node Factory, once it's gained reputation, has stuff built into it, once you've added all the things into it, you'll take that Node Factory, and since it's wrapped on Base perfectly in the advanced Node Factory state, that will be the market. That's the end goal. Everything wrapped into one, and the Node Factory on Base will be the new sellable entity. It'll be its own little business that you'll be able to sell and encapsulate as a business. It's what I envisioned originally was going to be on ETH, but it's not. So that's why Nick and I are taking this next step. We're just going to do it. We're going to make this token, and we're going to create this token to start to be the utility token. And so then we'll take the next steps, and we'll be able to get this to this end goal state. So it's going to be actually pretty cool. And then you guys don't need to do anything anymore. Like just so you guys know, next steps for you guys, nothing. Let us do the token. Let us do the contract work. Let us get this stuff all going. And then one day we'll be like, hey, it's ready. We're dropping you the end product. And I don't know what that's going to look like in a couple weeks from now, but we're making the first steps to make this token. And that's what we have to create first. We have to launch this token contract. So that's it. Yeah, this will be really awesome. I do have, will they still split when reaching? Yes, everything's going to happen the same way. And I do have some ideas on a little bonus for you early investors that I think we can do. Since we're creating the token and we're creating the contracts, we might be able to give you guys a little treat, but I'm not going to give too much there as well. So no, it's going to be the same amount. So actually, when these Node Factories go out, the way I envision it is we're not even going to launch liquidity for this utility token on the Base network. We're just going to funnel all these tokens into these Node Factories immediately, and we're just only going to deliver the token already wrapped up in the Node Factory. And so there's going to be no floating tokens around. That's why we're not dropping to every hypercycle holder. And that's also, if you think about what I'm not saying, that's why only token holders won't benefit from this, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to leave that right there. Only token holders won't benefit from this. Only Node Factories holders will benefit from this, if you kind of read between the lines on that. But what that does is that moves the value of Hypercycle, the company, into the Node Factory. And that's what we want. But we need this utility token to do it. Correct. Well, the token itself will still be an ERC20. The Node Factory will be a 721 once I do it the way that I want to do it. And I can point those contracts in a way, I believe, that will just work with all the hypercycle stuff. And so it's going to be really good. Yeah, do nothing. Cost to us, 0. Ha! Mary, nice try. Nothing. You guys have already invested, man. That's the thing is, and that's an important point to bring up. You guys were the early, and you guys were the believers of hypercycle at the beginning. And so why not just do all this, and we're going to launch all this stuff and anyway, it's all nothing. Okay. Nothing. It's just going to be, and once we do this, you'll be able to manage this over on Node Market, and you'll be able, it's a simpler way of managing your Node factory. You're going to probably need to make that a bundle of 32 prior. Because then, yeah, we're going to take all that into account. Whatever's in the wallet, we're going to have a snapshot date and boom. So that's still going to work the same way it did on ETH. You'll still be able to manage it the same way through Base. So Stephanie, you guys keep saying this. Actually, I'm going to address this right now. More waiting, and when will we see any profit? You're already getting profit delivered to you through the hypercycle pool that we set up. If you have node factories created, those aren't going to go away. You're still going to generate, you're still getting 7% per year in hypercycle tokens. So you're already getting revenue. So I don't know why people keep asking when compute when you're already generating free tokens. Like, this has been the best gift that we've been able to give you guys.
And we're going to have the same kind of pools performing for the HYPCE token. So you're going to get the new token as well. So it's you're going to get both, but you're already getting paid. So yeah, everybody here knows that, right? There was actually people on the hypercycle call, the team call, that didn't know they were getting paid. I was like, buddy,
crazy.
All you got to do is check in and just collect your revenue. So people are already getting paid revenue. I know that everybody's waiting to get paid revenue in USDC. I am too, but we're not there yet. But we're getting paid in HYPCE and HYPC. Well, we'll build all that. So anyway, but that's what's coming.
Yes. So this is why I'm glad that you brought this up too. We're kind of skipping this. We were going to combine all the bundles, but we're not going to do that now, but since we're moving to Base and everything's going to be easily manageable anyway. So don't worry about that step. We've come up with something better. So don't worry about that. But if you did, I'm going to say this last time. Remember, hypercycle token only holders will not benefit from this. So if you're going to get node factories made, I would make them serendipitously. Make them, because node factory holders are the only ones that are going to benefit from this.
Yeah, you get it. That's the cost of entry, is you have to have a node factory, which means you already took hypercycle tokens and you merge them. So you get this no matter what. People that are just sitting with a bunch of tokens in their wallet, see, that's zero.
Yeah, and you guys got to read between the lines of why we're doing this, guys. Read between the lines. Who benefits at zero just by having, let's just say, for example, well, I'm not going to go too deep, but if you only have hypercycle tokens, you will not benefit. But if you have node factories, you will. Meaning, if you believe in hypercycle, yes, you will benefit.
And that's why this extension, this HYPCE, is to make life easier for everybody that is going to be participating in the hypercycle ecosystem. If you're a participant, you get paid, bro.
That's right. That's right.
Is there a timeline to benefit? Well, I don't know. What is the timeline? Probably code.
This could happen pretty quick. So we actually have the ERC20. We have the contract written. That is done already. So I just need to basically launch that ERC20, and then I got to get to work on next steps. And hopefully, and this is between you and I, Nick, but I actually might want to reach out to the hypercycle team and just see what they think of this whole process, because I think this is going to benefit our group very well. And I think this could work really well if we could kind of plug everything together.
They have to look at it after today, don't they?
I think they do have to look at it after today, because we kind of let our cat out of the bag here. And I think this is going to be something, if they start to envision the picture like we are and notice that the node factory itself will start to be the value add on Base. We might work through something like that.
No, this isn't a one-time offering. The token supply we're creating is equal to the existing hypercycle token supply, so that everything is the same, right? The only thing that won't be happening automatically is perhaps some of the entities that were involved in the early formation of hypercycle that might no longer be involved will not be involved.
That's right.
All right.
Gwei is at 1. I would just say if you want to be involved in this, Node Factories are the place to do it. And then Gwei won't matter anymore once you're on base. Too much. I did see Gwei hit it was like 60 cents yesterday.
Philip, it scored a perfect 25. But again, this isn't, listen, the HYPCE token, it's not a gambler's token either. It's not a speculative token.
It's a utility token.
Yeah, it's a utility token because the whole purpose of this is to just make your life easier. Since you've agreed to participate, you said, listen, I'm gonna buy some nodes, I'm gonna buy some tokens, I'm gonna get in on here and participate in the internet of AI. We just want to make it easier and cheaper.
Yeah, Bobby. Yeah,
But
Bobby.
Yes, it was a full 25. It's the only 25 we've ever received. Bitcoin was close with a 21. Okay, let's see. If we make a node factory after this is rolled out, well, after it's rolled out, that process is going to be easier too, because the marketplace is going to change. The marketplace is going to be, do you want to kind of talk about that, Brandon, just for a little bit, like how much easier it will be to kind of get engaged into a node factory?
Yeah, I think the actual liquidity, interesting. If we make a node factory after this roll it function, so I think most stuff will actually move over to base. Everything will happen over on base. Once you see this, so instead of us selling licenses on Node Market, the way that I envision it is we'll sell fully built node factories on Node Market. And so it'll all be together. You'll just go, hey, I want to have a node factory that already has all these things plugged into it and is already running. I want to go buy that.
And you
but
just
I think the way that you're going to do that, and then you just pick how big a node factory you want. Yep. And then once operators come on board, be like, well, we're going to be paying $200 a node factory per, if you have a 512, that's 200 times 512. We're going to be paying this much. Then you can start calculating your revenue per year easily. Be like, well, I know that they're going to run out of node factories soon. I'm going to go buy them. And then as the original supply of node factories dries up, then your node factories start increasing. So the node factory becomes itself, the node factory itself becomes the oh my gosh, what is it? Oh, the scarce commodity, right? That's the scarce commodity that starts to gain value.
It's like the canvas and the paint. When you put them together, now you have something that's unique. Unless it's when I do it, and it's still just crap on a canvas. All right. So do we pretty much got that? And this is for the digital investor community. It's for the hypercycle community. We didn't do this to single anyone out. We did this to make your lives easier. Other people may come to do this to I don't know why on earth they wouldn't, but this isn't something that's just for specific people. I guess, unless the specific people are, if you bought tokens and you bought licenses and you mixed them and you married them, then it's for y'all. But so other people from the hypercycle community, even the ones that don't like us, they can still benefit from this, and we don't care. We're okay with that. If you have node factories, you win. If you don't, you lose. Out. Potentially. See how I rolled that out with those pregnant pauses? Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I think we pretty much got, I'm sure there'll be more questions, although there really shouldn't be. I think PJ's question of timeline might make sense. Couple weeks. What do we think, Brandon? Because we got to get audit.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it'll be a little bit of time, but we'll hurry. We'll hurry. Couple weeks. I don't think it'll be too long. I mean, we got to get audits and stuff. It kind of depends on. Let's see the token, next steps. I don't know. I don't want to give a real timeline yet, but it won't be too bad.
If you have extra tokens that are not quite enough, William, I would do one of two things. I would either A, list those tokens on Node Market, or B, grab a couple of extra tokens off Node Market, enough to get to a node or a license or the next smallest bundle, the next closest bundle, so that then you get that commensurate amount of the HYPCE tokens. That's what I would do. So either or, good sir. Is there time pressure to create node factories now or before a date? We'll give people a cutoff date. I think we'll give people a date where it's like you kind of needed to be, although not really. right? Because anybody that has hypercycle tokens, if some entity that had, I don't know, 53 million tokens, let's say they wanted to get a bunch of licenses and they wanted to participate in compute, they could do that. We're not going to say they can't participate. Anybody that supports hypercycle gets to win. So there's not really a cutoff date for that. There would be an initial, like, here, everybody that's got, but I think this would be a kind of an ongoing thing. What do you think that would look like, Brandon?
Well, I mean, no. Well, that's the thing is, I mean, if you create it on ETH, we're going to duplicate it on Base. But I think what we're going to want to start to do is move towards, let's just go ahead and create it on Base. Forget creating it on ETH, because the Base node factories are going to be simpler to run. They're going to not have RNS tokens. They're just going to be the encapsulated business, and they're just going to be easier to work with. So I think it's eventually going to evolve into something where, let's just create it on Base. Nothing else is going to happen on ETH. Okay,
final question, then we'll go behind the wall and we'll talk about markets. But Patsy, I do feel like we've answered this a few ways. It doesn't matter if you're tilling. It doesn't matter if you're not tilling. The only thing that matters is that you created a node factory. So, Patsy, I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to ask, Mirror Patsy, did you create a node factory? If the answer is yes, you're good to go. If the answer is no, then your statement about tilling doesn't make sense. It becomes non sequitur and moot.
Moot.
They will still branch out the same way. Yes. The only thing that will change is it will become much less expensive. It'll operate much faster. It will be wrapped and easier.
That's right.
Like those small bags of Doritos. You know, you don't want the big bag, because if you eat the whole big bag, which you would, you're a pig. But if you eat the small bag, yummy.
Well, you had what? Doritos?
I had Doritos last night. Yeah. And
Doritos are good.
You know, every now and then you'll get a bag that's just so crispy. Each Dorito breaks off in between your teeth, just like
because they're fresher. There's fresher bags. There are fresher bags.
Yeah. That's like biting into the neck of the baby Jesus. It's so good.
That's right. So we launched this, right? So we launched the bad US debt token. We sent that out to everybody's wallets. You guys should all have that in your wallets now. You each have, when I launched this, your share of the debt was 323,046 tokens is what went out. So you can kind of go through that. The token is actually, I launched a liquidity pool. I locked the liquidity and then I burnt the LP tokens. And so bots started buying the token anyway. So it's like the token, I think your value is 3 cents here. So everybody's super rich. But you don't have to buy the token if you want to buy it or whatever. It's super easy because you go and you can actually go buy it on Jupiter. I think the token is, let me just go check here.
Bad USD.
Yes, the token, if you wanted to, you could go buy the token on Jupiter. Even if you put in $1 of USD, you get like 8 million tokens because of the USD. But we're going to kind of work with this and we're going to burn these tokens as certain events happen. So the actual total supply will go down. And I mean, theoretically, even though it's a nonsense token or whatever, it'll actually make the value go up. It's so funny that the FDV is $4 million. It's like we launched this fake token and supposedly it's worth $4 million, but there's only $2,000 in liquidity.
It's bad US debt. It's real.
Yeah, it's real. Bad debt clock. So I think, I think I might actually go burn the same amount that I sent out in tokens, because I feel like, that got distributed. Citizens are taking over that debt. So I might go burn it. And so what's going to happen is the supply is going down. And then I'm going to go tabulate all these buys that have happened, even the bot ones, and I'll just go burn whatever they buy. I'll burn the equivalent amount in tokens. And so the supply will continue to go down. And I think we got to, like, once a month, we need to go check out and see what Doge has done and burn their increase for the month. So 67.
They've been saving like 4 billion a day so far.
Yeah, they're at 67 billion. That's not bad. Yeah, 4 billion a day. So we ought to burn that, right?
Oh, yeah. You definitely burn the Doge.
Yeah, so we might take some time and start doing that stuff on shows now and again. We'll just burn some tokens and stuff. It's kind of
Yep.
cool.
And then we got to burn excess debt, excess US
Yes,
debt.
yes. Phantom's a cool wallet because you don't have to go add the token address or anything. It just shows up. But that's good and bad because then that means dust tokens will show up too. But then, I mean, it just shows up. And so you can kind of see it has like the logo and stuff on there, and you kind of see, and you can actually, if you want to go view the history of the token, you just kind of go click on the token in your wallet there. You click on it, and then on more, you go view on SoulScan. And that'll pull up all the transactions for the token. It'll show you the supply is 36 trillion. And then it'll show you like all the sends that I did yesterday and all that kind of stuff that went out. You can also go see if there's anybody like purchasing the token and stuff. You can kind of go through that stuff. And what I like to do is I click on the token itself. So if you click on the token itself and then you go transactions, you can see all the stuff happening in the pools. And then you can also see all the holders. You can see like the holder list and kind of see this is the token owner. You can see this is the Radium Vault where I actually put the liquidity for for some of the liquidity there. And then you can kind of go see all the holders, and you can see a few holders actually hold more because they purchase more. You can go through there and kind of see. You probably find your address if you guys are on there. So kind of cool. This might be a kind of learning, fun little thing too.
Dale, you're not seeing them in your Phantom wallet. Did you participate, Dale?
I noticed. You know what? This is funny because I noticed on a couple of, and I'm just going to read these out loud here. No, I'm going to read these out loud. So some people, this is what I deal with, you know, and I'm like, hey, what's your MetaMask wallet? So then they give me their MetaMask wallet. Some people wrote the word MetaMask, which is cool too. Other people, when I said, hey, what is your MetaMask wallet? They typed a letter 0 in there when I've told them multiple times, or not a letter 0. Yeah, the letter O instead of 0x. All MetaMask wallet, all ETH wallets start with 0, not the letter O. So quit typing that. And then a lot of the wallets, when I said, what is your MetaMask wallet? They put in, oh, for example, let me see who asked that question just now. Dal. No, not Dal. It was Donald. Donald put, I said, what is your ETH wallet? He put his ETH wallet, which is his MetaMask wallet. I said, what is your Solana address? He put in his ETH wallet. So obviously no tokens for Donald. Let's see who else didn't get tokens. Donald did it again. So he put in 2 forms. Donald put in a form once and a form twice, or this is a different Donald. Anyway, no, he did 2. He submitted 2 applications. Both times for his ETH wallet, he put in his ETH wallet, and for his Phantom wallet, he put in his ETH wallet. So no tokens for Donald twice.
Okay, Donald, you used far too much of our resources. Nothing.
Because I only kind of did this once, and I went through all these, and I don't know if I'm going to do it again because I dropped these tokens. You might have to go spend the 3 cents and buy them on the open market there. So there's that. So let me see. There was a couple other ones that I wanted. Oh yes. Who's this? Clarabelle. She submitted, or he or she submitted their ETH wallet, and in the whole reason for this form was I needed your Phantom, your Solana wallet. And in this form, she filled out the form, put the ETH wallet in, and then I said on Solana address, she's like, I don't have one. So I'm like, okay, so thanks for the form. So I go through this stuff, and then so John did the same thing, says I don't have one yet. He's like, okay.
Look, this is you know what? This is part of the point. This whole thing is an educational experience, and if you haven't gotten to the point yet where you know how to use your Solana address and like copy and paste it, then clearly there is a ramp up in education that needs to occur. There we go. All right. And by the way, if this token ever gets to be worth a lot of money, you know for a fact, Brandon and I are the central bankers. We're going to rug pull you. So don't invest in this token for anything other than just having fun and screwing off. Because we will rug the crap out of you. But just look, I'm sitting on a rug. I'm going to put on rug gloves that have spikes on it for pulling rugs out from under people. Just assume it. There. That's the public service announcement for Bad USD. Okay. Where can you sell them? At 3 cents, that would equal no. buddy.
No. Your total's 3 cents, maybe, if that.
Mick, you could sell them and get 3 cents.
You can sell the total and get 3 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. Mick is already trying to rug us.
Mick's already trying to burn into the liquidity pool. He's gonna go dump it.
Damn, you a zombie.
That's
All right.
mean. That is
That's
mean
mean,
stuff.
Mick. That's mean, Mick.
I don't know
You
why
know
you
what?
do that to us,
Mick
Mick.
is about to.
Mick?
He's about to earn a position on
He's
the cabinet. He's about to earn a cabinet position.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's get
Good
behind
stuff.
the wall. Let's look at our accounts. Let's see if there's any plays to be made. Let's see if we're positive or negative going into the weekend.
Are we positive or negative? I don't even know what we are anymore.
Don't know what we are anymore either. I don't know. I know
honestly-
this. I know next Thursday GMRT launches what?
Oh, what?
Say what?
Busy week next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Okay, let's get over to it.
What up?
Let's go to here. Let's go to here. We're gonna touch these buttons.
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro.
Yeah, you all got the same amount, Danny. You're